Welcome back to the Sharon Jones Show. Just listening at the beautiful testimony and things of how they were moving and evolving with the family members here on the set. I call you guys family members.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, yeah, definitely. But Sheila, can you tell me a little bit about your community activities here?
Well, not doing as much as I used to, but I am the minister of music at the Mount Tabor Missionary Baptist Church, where Ken Jelks is the pastor. He's new in town, and believe me, he's well known now because he's made his stamp. He's wonderful.
Great.
Wonderful. And it's not a large church, but it's a family-oriented church. You know, that was my home church, but now I work there, so I feel at home at work like I'm at home, so I love it. I also give a few voice lessons here and there. I also act in a lot of plays. I just got done with 2 plays here, right back to back. Wow. You know, one weekend it was this one, the next weekend, so I was overlapping, learning lines for that and learning lines for this, you know, so that's where the gray hair comes from.
So you didn't say the wrong line in the wrong play?
No, I didn't. Not yet. But just like to sing, you know, people get me to sing. I am a member of another group, Generational Voices, and they're doing great things.
Oh, they're
in
awesome.
Columbus.
I've heard them as well.
So I'm going to miss them while I'm gone because I'm sure they'll be doing something, you know.
Yeah,
but I still do things at the Liberty Theater as well.
Yeah.
So.
See, God is calling you up and calling you out. So
yes,
it's time to move.
It is.
You've definitely paid your dues here in Columbus, Georgia. I remember hearing of you going back and forth over the city, seeing you on Facebook, and sometimes getting no pay at all.
Most
no rest.
of the time.
Most of the time. Well, that's Columbus. But anyway, you know, you just pay your dues.
Well, thank you.
Sow those seeds.
I appreciate that. I will.
But you have some good people around you, too.
Oh, I do. Very talented people.
Yes.
My family as well, you know, all of them play instruments and sing. So I grew up in a musical family, you know, so I had to do it. They would have put me out, you know, so I had to become a musician as well.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. You spoke of Mount Tabor. Where is that located?
It's located number 2 Shepherd Court.
Okay.
It's off of either Martin Luther King or Brown Avenue. You can get to it either way. But it sits down in a court, but you can see it from the main Martin Luther King. It sits up on the hill.
What time your services?
At 11 o'clock every Sunday.
Okay. And so you actually grew up in that church?
I did. That was my home church.
That's grand. And what about yourself? Where did you grow up in?
Well, I grew up in I went to 4 high schools in 4 states in 4 years. I was sort of like a foster kid. I was adopted when I was 3. And I got bounced around a lot. And my adopted mom was fantastic, but then the marriage fractured. In fact, just this past week, I spoke to 165 foster care executives in Arkansas at 16 group homes. They have a training, and shared my Columbus, Georgia story. So I rolled into my 4th high school, my 4th state at Jordan High School, and my first visit was to the gym because I love basketball.
Okay.
And I was the only white kid on my team. They called me the Oreo. I don't know why, but that's what they did. I said, I don't care what you call me, just throw me the ball. They said, we already picked our team. Sorry, we already had a game. And so I'm walking out of the gym, and the coach said, hey, come here, what's your name? I said, Phillips. He said, go down there and shoot 10 free throws. So I went down and shot and made 10 free throws.
Oh, my goodness.
And I guess they were having a problem with that, so he said, I found a jersey for you. So I got to play a couple of years at Jordan, played 1 year at Columbus State University. But my second visit after the gym was the next morning to math class.
Okay.
Luther Reeder was my math teacher. And he was a peculiar guy, and it was fascinating to me. And it's a long story, but I was lost as a golf ball in high weeds. I mean, I was out there. And he sat in the breezeway every day, and I sat down by him one day and said, you know, you always sit out here and don't smoke cigarettes with the other teachers, which is curious to me. You don't even eat. You just look at us, you're kind of creeping me out. What are you doing out here? And he said, I've been waiting on you. And so he put his arm around me, took an interest in my broke down life, took me to the farm in Opelika, took me to church at Evangel Temple. Wow. And in the summer of '82, I gave my heart to the Lord. And I was able last summer to, I speak all over the country. I do stand-up comedy, the acting thing, and camps, conferences, and whatever. And I was in Georgia. And I got a text from his daughter, said, Dad's not doing good. So I got to come to St. Francis, sit by his bed, sing over him. He was in a coma, and he's thanking God he didn't hear me sing. She's got the voice. Read the Bible and to thank him because I'm in heaven because of him. In fact, when I preached his funeral a few days later, I said to the Lord, there will never be another time that I can say thank you because of the person here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to heaven.
Yeah.
So that's where my story started, with a math teacher at Jordan.
Wow. My God, touching story.
I tell it everywhere, and I always am emotional about it because it's fresh every day.
Yeah.
What if you hadn't taken an interest in me?
That's the truth.
There's a lot of Christian kids in my classes, but he's the one that took an interest in me.
Awesome, awesome. You touched something. I was a foster parent for years, and I had teenage boys only.
Yeah.
And I mean, I raised those boys, and now all of them are grown men, and I thank God for the opportunity. I did maybe about 15, 16 years.
I hope some of them come back and say thank you.
Some of them have.
You know, 10 lepers got healed. One of them came back. I always want to be the guy that comes back.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere without Luther Reader's funeral program in my sermon book. And I give an award away. In fact, Sunday at Evangel Temple, I gave his daughter the Luther Reader Influence in Evangelism Award. It's a globe.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We're going to come back. You know, he got me emotional. Maybe
I
I'll
know,
shed a
right?
tear when we go out for a commercial break. Get ready to go out for the commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep it locked. Let me take it higher. Let me drop it low.